Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Total War Warhammer 2, where I am upset about the size of my flags. Why are my flags so much smaller than this guy's flag? Look at this. It could be perspective. It's partially perspective, but it's not all perspective. His flag is way bigger than mine. How come? Where did the Skaven even get all this cloth? You know they don't know how to make cloth. Listen, I have had rats. I know what they do with cloth. It is not mend, repair, or create. Alright, we gotta prepare for this thing. So, for some reason, our huge battle at the High Sentinel did not create a battle site marker. That feels like a bug, and I'm annoyed by it. There should have been a really big, impressive battle site marker. The good news is, we have battle site markers at the Floating Pyramid and over here at Pahuax. So what is the relative size of these? 2537, made on turn 115, and 2370, made on turn 126. So in theory, there's better stuff available at the Pahuax one, but also, how far away are we from that? Okay, so Floating Pyramid territory starts like right here. You can see in the upper left of the little box in the tooltip what specific region a position is in. Right here is High Sentinel. Right here is Floating Pyramids. That's not very far away. How far away do we have to get to be in Pahuax? We have to be up the road quite a distance. My concern is, given how little space is left between that and the end of our movement, I might not be able to walk to Pahuax, hit that raised Deadpool, and then walk back. So the first thing we're going to do here with our money is just pull the entire raised Deadpool into this army. The gunnery mob, like a bloated corpse, all of these guys, and then 13. That's actually, we have space for one more unit. Alright, then we walk to the Sentinel, or we walk to the Floating Pyramid, along the road, as little movement as possible. I need to have movement necessary to get back. Okay, Floating Pyramid. Honestly, that wasn't that much less. Yeah, we'll still be able to get back to the High Sentinel. What is available here? Like nothing. Well, okay. I don't usually like dogs and bats, but they do have some warp cannons in that army. That puts us on 13 units. And then I just hire, like, deckhands and a couple of bloated corpses. Do I want one bloated corpse or two? We probably have enough. Let's go this way. Alright. Got ourselves as big as we're getting. So this is... that's 8. So this is 12 actual units plus 20 actual units. A lot of them are damaged, though. I suppose, actually, we could put Eve Hodgson into the battle. I could unhire one of these guys. She doesn't really have any skills to speak of, though. She's probably better than a random unit of deckhands. She's a small bonus versus infantry. Possible she dies in the battle. Can she do anything else of value here? Oh, I'm exhausted. Yeah, okay. Yeah, let's cut one of these gunnery mob units, maybe? How heavily armored are we looking at here? Not heavily armored. Actually, those pistol units might be useful here. Let's cut one of the deckhand mob units. I'll move back over here. I don't want to keep my army in front of the settlement. If they want to come at us, I want them to come through the settlement, right? I think. Because remember that Skaven armies have that ambush thing. Yeah, I'll be, like, behind. Let's stand over here. And then have Eve jump in. Well, hold on. Am I screwing up again? Maybe I fired that guy too quickly. Because should she really be in this army? Yeah, she could be. Does she know any spells yet? Yes, she starts with Spirit Leech and Aspect of the Dread Knight. But the captain of this army has buffed up Invocation of Nahak, so we probably won't use her spells anyway. Yeah, I'll just throw her in here.
Time to press, guy. No praise.
She's a little faster than a lot of the characters with their 45 speed. Are a little faster than a lot of our other units, so she'll be more effective as a reinforcement, actually, like, running into battle. And then I guess you can just be in encampment mode, because there's no reason for you not to be. Hold on. Okay. I thought that was probably going to be the case, but alright. And then, you're probably not going to be able to do an assassination this turn. Yeah, unlikely. Oh, I wonder if we can get all the way around down to here. I bet this is where I'm supposed to dig, close to that skull, because we can't get anywhere near this one. Alright, well, let's just keep running. I'm not trying to... You know what? Yeah. Go ahead and search the ruins. I'm sure this is just Skaven territory.
So much blood.
Oh, gee, what a surprise. It's a smaller Skaven settlement. Also, man, that's a lot of battle markers. 3,200 casualties on turn 9. What on earth happened over here? 7,200 on turn 51. And another 2,800 on turn 9. What happened on turn 9? Apparently this area is a lot less like, I kind of figured that was an unimportant little side area over there, but some real stuff happened. Okay, we gotta put down the rebellion near Karant Kar, and we have to keep pressing the rats over here. So how are we gonna do that? Well, who's going back is the question. Alright, I think it makes the most sense for Peggy to be the one who goes back, because she is most in need of replenishment, so her getting to stay in our territory for a little longer will be beneficial. Let's just get out on the water here. Get up on the beach. I don't think Karant Kar is in too much danger from the rebel army on this next turn due to the walls. Oh wait, I mean we should do it here too, right? Absolutely no penalty to digging for treasure with an army. Okay, and then you can head over to here, stay on my side of the line. We're gonna have to, basically, we're gonna have to pressure Clan Rictus out of the game entirely. It's gonna be a couple episodes of pretty much just fighting Skaven, it seems like. We don't even have any treasure maps over here. I know there's no treasure, but it's just like, if there's gonna be absolutely no penalty to doing it, why wouldn't I do it? Ooh, okay. That's the thing we should try to save 5,000 gold for. Because we could definitely put a Necrofex Colossus in this army soon. I kind of want to... I mean, I guess we don't have any way of canceling anything and getting money back right now. Could I get in a fight right now? And maybe make a little bit of money that way? Not really. We could get lucky with Silostra and find that buried treasure that's up here. It is not X that marks the spot, but the scrawls etched by ancients long thought lost. So we tried digging around some of these things and it didn't work, but there's a bunch of them. We have no idea which ones might be the right ones. I don't see any other scrawls left by ancients. There are some parts of the map where there are like Nazca lines, and I would assume they meant that if this thing was in a place where there were any Nazca lines. This is some old busted up ruins. I feel like we've already dug over there. It is pretty close to the edge of her natural movement range. I mean, we may as well just like... We full move this way, we gotta take Elysia back. This army's gonna pressure them at Misnar, although I don't have a huge amount of money with which to do that. We ended up needing money for a bunch of things in real quick succession here. Okay, well, by going into treasure hunt mode, I have removed all of my movement, so I guess sit here in encampment. And you just hire 4,500 gold worth of troops. Now, obviously, I'm tempted to grab Mourngulls and Depth Guard and whatnot, but we really just need bodies, especially bodies with guns. I don't know that I'm actually going to get a lot of extra value out of all of those extra points of stats. But I think let's focus on guns. Also bombs. And then... mortars? Bats with bombs? We do have to kill off a couple units of artillery in this army yet. Let's do like that, and then I have enough left to buy some bats to also go after their artillery. Okay, that's reasonable. Oh, but I can't quite attack Misnar. Well, I can get close. Not so close that they'll be able to attack me with the reinforcements from Misnar, but I can let them know that their time is up.
What is your demand?
You know, all these zombies with their bombs and their guns. And their guns and their bombs. Then I guess we're good? Is that my whole turn? That is my whole turn. Lenny Sealegs is back in 4 turns, and when he gets back, he's gonna be so angry. Alright. Let's see what these horrible, horrible Skaven have to say about our new plan. He might just back off and take over the floating pyramid, which would be fine with me, because it would give me a chance to finish all my recruitment there. If he attacks, I'm not really sure what our plan is. We will improvise. We'll improvise on the field. Looks like Nagarond is going to send me another army. Arganeth is at war with Lothern and the Empire and the Bretonnians. I don't really think that's a big problem for them. This feels to me like an error on their part, but maybe they have a better understanding of this situation than I do. Well, let's make it happen. It looks like I could have taken a victory in auto-resolve here, but I do want to try to make sure that we have as much stuff as we can left over after the battle, because we want to be able to take the settlement back. And then once we've taken the settlement back, there's a real good chance Jimbo Sawfish just gets disbanded. Although, maybe we should keep him around on account of his name is Jimbo Sawfish. That's tough to beat. We'll see what the army looks like. So we have a lot of terrible pistol guys, but like a lot of the value of these dudes is that they can fire while moving, and we're going to be spending a lot of time running away from enemy heroes, I think. We are probably not going to win this battle through straight killing so much as through making them want us to stop shooting them with guns. So that's kind of where my plan was optimized. I mean, this is pretty much right. Let's take all of the melee troops, bind them together in a slightly less wide line. I'm thinking that the hill is a problem for us, so we want to be able to crest it quickly. And then the bat units are going to try to flank around and assault their artillery as quickly as possible. Probably from down here. We don't have a lot of spells, but 9 is pretty bad. We could probably do better than 9. Okay, considerably. You know what we do have is Spirit Leech. So that's good against an army that's made entirely of characters. Let's do it. So everybody needs to get at the very least. Hey, I'm holding Alt. At the very least, we got to get up here on top of this ridge so that we can shoot at them as they come in. The bats are going to go this way, and we'll see what they want to do about that. Remember, they have an invisible hero with an ammo bar, so the bats are not necessarily perfectly safe to approach. Also, they have fire. They have fireballs. Oh, I didn't equip Jimbo with anything. He could have been equipped with stuff. I'm gonna go shoot magic at their Dreadlord. I was kind of hoping that they would want to come forward and fight us, but instead, they're gonna make this difficult for me. Get him, Jimbo! I guess we ought to actually pick targets here. So, the rifles should all focus on this Death Hag. Seems like, honestly, everybody should focus on the Death Hag. On that mount, she's going to be large. You know what? I'm changing your orders, Jimbo. You want her. On that mount, she's going to be large, and we're pretty good at fighting large enemies. Oh, wait. Maybe I want to change this up a little bit. Because if they're going to engage in cowardice, we should probably shoot at the lord that's closest and most fightable. And remember, it does not matter if Jimbo dies. Man, Dark Elf spells are cool. Okay. It does not matter if Jimbo dies. He is a temporary measure in the first place. You, shut off that artillery. Okay. This is their actual lord, too. So they stand to lose some leadership here if he goes down. I guess reload skill, this is the time. Yeah, bombs in. Have no respect for Jimbo. Jimbo is temporary. mean, he's doing it, though. Okay. This was a really good start. I want everybody focused now on... Actually, you guys are doing a fine job. Don't let me interrupt you. Pull the bats back. Death has embraced Jimbo. Oh no! Their death hag seems to be confused. Just literally can't move. Keeps getting blown up. Alright, I mean, honestly, there are elements of this that are working out really well. Okay, permanent break. We don't actually have to kill them. Being broken permanently is good enough. We have lots and lots of ammunition left. For some reason, the deck droppers are losing leadership constantly, despite the fact that they are objectively kicking ass at their jobs and not taking any more damage. Now, if this guy's focused this way. The leadership of low veterancy undead units is a mystery. Bats, return! I'm having a lot more trouble killing this guy. He's way better at surviving gunfire. I do feel kind of bad for him, though. Okay, so that's permanent broken. Yep, they're about to just give up entirely. Jimbo Sawfish is dead, but the Fellbats survived. I think it's possible that dude was not cut out for a life of battle. Anybody who can be killed faster than a unit of Fellbats is a questionable combatant. Alright, well, it's good for that to be over. So Jimbo's army will take on a new lord, will take over that settlement, and then, honestly, we don't even necessarily have to have Silostra stop and fight Alicia. We could just have her run through and have ex-Jimbo's army finish off the reclaiming of Ulthuan, and then maybe just get deleted. As we potentially could fill them up and then just keep them around on Ulthuan to catch incoming elf revenge. We probably don't have to worry too much about revenge from the south, right? Because Lokir, Fellheart, or Dreadheart, or Feldread, or whatever, he pieced out. So yeah, we could just keep him on the north shore of Ulthuan, like near the Shrine of Cain or something. Or in the Shrine of Cain. Not much sense to take. Oh, the replenishment does completely fill the army back up. That's not necessary. They fled back into their stolen settlement to reconsider their plan. Alright, let's see what Ian Roxborough has for us. Why does he only have 19 units in his army? Oh, I assassinated one. That's right. Okay. Here we go. So, he actually somehow managed to attack O'Bones MacDonald's army through the settlement. That's better for us, though, right? That lets me start with the mortars on the field. Yeah, I think so. I'll tell you what, we are going to take a beating here. The real problem is that this version of this army has very few answers for the Warp Cannon crews. So we're going to try with the bats and the dogs, but all they have to do is keep some units in reserve and not let me do that, and we'll find ourselves in a bad position. I wonder where the reinforcements are going to come in from. Because he almost has to have wedged himself between O'Bones MacDonald and the city. So it's possible that the reinforcements will come in from, like, one of the back areas, which is actually extremely bad for us. Okay, so we need to start our whole army over here. Yeah, I mean, like, just as narrow as can be. And then Oh, the dogs have Vanguard deployment. That's helpful. The dog's over here. And the bats... just right up close. And the bloated corpse can kind of just run across too. I was thinking we gotta try to unite with our incoming reinforcements as quickly as possible, or the Skaven are going to get to kill them all for free. Alright, so you guys should... Interesting, they put the Warp Lightning Cannons up on the front. We can fire at them with our mortars. I don't love that idea. It takes a long time to actually damage them out that way, but I suppose that's the best thing that the mortars can be doing for the moment. That's weird. Why am I not getting an arc drawn? See, when we target these guys, we have a firing arc. Concerning. I'm worried that my mortar is going to try to roll forward here. The bats and dogs really don't have an angle. I'm gonna run the dogs like way in here. If the best we can do with the dogs is draw off a unit or two of theirs to chase them around, then they've accomplished something at least. But they do have slingers, so we have to be careful with the bats. I don't want to approach into slinger range. The bloated corpse is pretty much just going to run straight at them, screaming the whole time. Oh, ha! I forgot to give orders to any of the ground units, though. Rifles try to get set up over here. You guys also head over there. This is this army's melee. And the other army's stuff has started to come in already. I don't know what we're going to do with this. Try to meet up in the middle? Or form up along this side of the battlefield? Or maybe we try to press them more directly? Maybe that's better? Just go at them immediately and hit them from both sides. A big part of the problem with this strategy, obviously, is the extremely low movement speed of some of our units. So sorry in advance for this, but there's going to be a lot of pausing. Okay, they let me in behind them. That's good. The bats are probably going to have to just flee. The bloated corpse gets to charge right at them. Where's a fun unit to explode on? They do have a unit of storm vermin somewhere in here, but unfortunately, I'm pretty sure that the banner art for storm vermin with swords and shields is the exact same as the art for the clan rats with swords and shields. But you know, if I could blow up on some death globe bombardiers, that would do the job. Although that probably they would blow me up with their death globes on account of that's what they're for. Before I got to them, I guess just keep charging like that. And everybody else, you know, form up, do your best, get ready to maybe kill something, maybe. Oh, everybody's pretending they can't understand attack orders, because it was very, very briefly the case that the enemies they were told to shoot at were no longer visible. That's a very annoying thing. So yeah, if a unit has an order to attack an enemy and that enemy unit becomes hidden by trees for even a single frame, your unit stops doing everything rather than like continuing to the location of the last order or anything. That is going to be a real problem for us here on this battlefield. A problem that there's absolutely no way we should be facing. It's a very silly bug that should have been fixed long ago. There's no sense in the hecking because I believe your health maximum is whatever you came into the battle with. We'll have the bloated corpses just charge forward. We kind of have a lot of them, and I don't really know how best to use them here. And everybody is just going to have to keep running forward for a second without me having to prod them every second. Really appreciate that. Okay, I would love it if we could dodge these clan rats and get into those death globes. Looks like they're not going to let me do that. Enemy unit has been spawned. Oh, shoot, they're doing a good job. What is this heresy? Alright. The non-handgun units can turn around and handle that, right? Oh, you're all the way over there for some reason. Okay, one of the handgun units. And you... Shoot, that's really bad, actually. Well... Yeah, that's really bad. You guys just turn and assassinate immediately. We're not apparently going to get to do gunline stuff quite as much as I wanted, but we should try to break these guys down. And whenever they show us an exposed target, we gotta make something happen with it. Oh, we have deck droppers. Well, they're keeping ranged near their artillery. Scurvy dogs, for some reason, are not doing the thing they were told and are instead fighting rats that are slower movers than they are. Get him. Oh, I gotta actually make sure that these guys don't go anywhere I don't want them to go. Sorry. Guess you could just run that way and fight those guys? And we're at the fighting part of the battle now. I probably want to save the shanty for when there's a little bit more actual connection between the forces. And I'm just going to sacrifice deckhands as distraction measures to hold people off until we can get the gun lines into the positions I want them in.
My goodness, first. Shamble on. Dance macabre.
Okay, I've done a pretty good job of working over the crew of some of the artillery. Those rats are doing kind of a big job here. Okay, this one's a little bit more fixable. We'll just have these rifles back out, have the handgunners stay in, because I think the handgunners might actually be able to beat them. You should not underestimate how bad clan rats are. The biggest thing about clan rats is that there are some pretty good buffs available for them in the red line of the Skaven Lords. So they can get pretty good eventually. Alright, let's dismantle their artillery as quickly as possible here. You know, devote multiple units of sirens to this. You need to get over here and cast some invocations as quickly as possible. Yeah, probably pretty deep into the... There we go. That's what I was trying to do. Every time I moused over it, it immediately unmoused. You should keep running. Tim Fenn needs to try to run across and join the other gun line, I think. I think that's his play. And up here, we still have those bloated corpses running ever so slowly. Yeah, they're going.
Fleet Admiral!
Oh, they are not winning. They are not winning that fight. Did you guys get over here and actually shoot them? Sometimes I feel like my units are just ignoring my orders.
Who's next? I'll cut them.
Alright, warriors are rallying. She got into range to cast, so that's good. It's pretty important that she not die. I'm trying to think here. How do I want her to engage since she needs to find a way to survive here? You guys should probably back off and not get caught in the explosion. And more of us are engaged now. I think this might be a good shanty time. I wish the shanty gave leadership. I kind of want to get over to the gun line and buff them up, but I'm wondering if I maybe am better off having him kind of charge up here and just start throwing grenades. That might be better. As much as I love to have a good leadership aura on my people, and it does matter a lot, I think we got to probably focus up on damage here. On the whole, though, this is going alright so far.
I'm here! Fight!
You can do battle with them. You can do battle with them. This exploding monster over here. It's a good unit type designation. Oh, he ran into... Somehow there were clan rats over there. Stupid forest stealth. Get over here. Why are you...
From the maelstrom.
Why are you cowards... I'm never quite sure what's going on with my units. It seems like the leadership of undead units just falls for no reason sometimes. Like they're winning a battle, like massively, right? They've taken a bunch of damage from something. I assume a spell, because nothing else should be able to damage them to that degree. But they're winning their fight handily, and somehow they're still just like, oh no, I'm being defeated to such a degree that I should give up hard enough to instantly die from giving up. Alright, we need bodies over here. I guess you guys can chase them. We've broken up that one unit of warp cannons pretty good. We gotta get rid of the other one now. Cast that, and then this is your job now. Okay. We've pretty much gotten the Skaven out of our backfield here. Keep leeching their lord. You get to keep throwing grenades. And by keep throwing grenades, I mean, of course, start to throw grenades. These grenade abilities are, it's tough to get them to actually happen. He's just sitting there at optimal range. Press the button, he's like, nah. About half the time, yeah, I don't really feel like throwing that. Hey, guy! This is important, man. Okay, be attacking these guys. Cool. Good start. Now throw your grenade at them. No? Are we... Okay, he did it. He finally remembered how to do it. Turn some of the gunfire that way. Here's what I think of your melee attacks. Okay, we are all up in there, artillery crew, chopping them up. Apparently the Sirens are having some trouble. Let's rotate them out. Nobody's making any attempts to melee Tim Fenn. He is too terrifying. These units need to line up over here. Throw the grenade quickly. Nope. Probably better we throw it at these guys anyway. Alright, let's take a look at how this part of the fight is going. I can't help but notice that everybody's low on morale, despite the fact, again, that we are massively winning this engagement. So, Robin, come back and help them, because their brains are not working right now. We need to wait for one more Wind of Magic point to be in the pool so that we can overcast this invocation, which will be very helpful here. I'm gonna go ahead and turn off my miscast chance on this one. Alright, get in on these guys. You should turn around and shoot them in the back, and as soon as I'm close enough, we're going to pop the Tormentor Sword and remove their ability to fight. Okay. Actually, you guys probably should help them with that as much as possible. Over here we have O'Bones McDonald, who chased something off the field and then got lost. And when I say got lost, of course I'm being gentle. What he actually did was commit treason and flee from the battle. We're going to pretend it was an accident. Let him save face a little bit. Eve Hodgson is doing some fine work over here, but probably could withdraw. I think that would be a safe thing to do at this moment. You Sirens can go and fight something, because that'll make you feel better. Hopefully, nope, they're going to completely crumble before they fight something. Yeah, as far as I can tell, undead units just hate having morale. It's like their least favorite thing. Alright, so you got the crossfire going over there. You have been wiped out by your cowardice.
Orders, meat master.
Okay, there we go. There's the break. Yeah, like, it's a group of Sirens fighting units that can barely injure them. Like, those Sirens took a lot of damage quickly at the beginning of the battle, but then took basically no more damage from enemies, as far as I could tell. But they just got sad so much that they slowly died over the rest of the battle. They could have just not, though. There was nothing for them to be sad about. They were surrounded by allies. They were winning their battle. I don't know. It's weird. The higher a unit's veterancy gets, the higher its leadership gets, and you start to no longer see that effect once you can level your units up. But man, with undead units, it can be a real slog to get them there. With living units, if they mysteriously break in a situation like that, what they do is run away and stop taking damage. So even if they run themselves out of the battle, they're still alive to get some XP and then continue to level up over time. The replenishment is basically nothing, so I guess we'll take the money.
More blood, more power.
Oh, and we stole their Sword of Striking. It's covered with Skaven stink, though. I would not necessarily recommend that anybody with a nose wield that. Then again, you know, we're all very undead, and a lot of us are in pretty poor states of decay, so I guess a lot of us might not have noses. We probably have somebody who can get away with wielding this thing. It is now 36 minutes, I just looked over into the video, and we're almost through this first sequence of enemy turns. Probably goes without saying, not going to be a tremendous amount of actual game turn time in this video. So with Harganeth going to war with the Empire and... was the Empire in Lothern and Bretonnia? I can't imagine the Empire or Lothern are going to have any troops to spare against them. And Bretonnia seems busy with the Norskins, but it is at least possible, with Bretonnia being this big blue blob on the map over here, it is at least possible that Bretonnia could send troops out after them. We gotta make sure that we retake the corner of Ulthuan quickly, because I don't want Bretonnia to come over here and get it. It would be really great, though, if, like, say, that army sailed out, killed Wulfric, and then just went north to Harganeth, because almost none of Harganeth's territory is useful to me at all. I don't want it, I just want them not to have it. Although, of course, if the Bretonnians take territory up there, they will reinforce that territory, and then eventually they will come after us, which is not ideal. The exotic goods hauler, remember him?
Bones on deck.
Okay, Samuel Bootsnatcher, Cat Reigns, Vampire Lore, extra loyalty gained from following a battle. Yeah, this might be a person we actually want to keep around for a while. Honestly, I like high loyalty lore of Vampire's Lord a lot. Sorry, was that person's name? Yep, Anne Nutt. Well, Jackie sinks well. That's how she came to be undead in the first place. Of course, she is a fleet admiral of the deeps. Makes sense. Yeah, I'm big on Cat Reigns, the Plunderer.
All bones on deck.
Alright, so a lot of stuff happened. We killed some people. Jimbo Sawfish unfortunately met his end, attempting to solo several high elves, or dark elves rather.
Can and will.
Is there anything in the raised dead pool here? Oh, there's a bunch of stuff. Yeah, give me mortar and some rifles. We're just gonna actually keep this army around, I guess, because we're gonna have to have somebody on Ulthuan. Zombie pirate deckhands are cool. Sorry, the polearm ones are cool. And then we'll grab like a unit of animated hulks and some more just like foot slogging troops. Alright, let's go take Mistone.
Kill and kill again.
We do not have to manually resolve this. We'll probably lose our deck droppers if I don't. I maybe don't. Let's go ahead and do it manually. I don't care about the bats, and in fact, I will fire the bats probably. But I actually do want to keep those deck dropper bombers. It seems like those guys have some actual uses. This should be pretty straightforward. Depending on how weird the elevation is, it should be pretty much just a job of running directly at the enemy while firing all of our guns simultaneously. I'm excited. We have some cool stuff going on in the near future. We're going to get access to a lot more Necrofex Colossuses? Colossides. Who knows? But that's cool. We're gonna be able to do a lot of stuff once we get past this little hump of having to fight every Skaven in the entire universe. Yeah, that's fine. So I would prefer we not start near the trees so much, I guess. Over here. Alright, all the shooty units in a big block. All the other units in another big block nearby. But this is pretty much just going to be the shooty units doing shooty unit stuff. Like I said, I'm probably planning on firing the bats anyway, so they can just kind of be wherever.
Enemies, wild!
And since we have decided we are keeping this unit intact, I am going to have to actually pay attention to Cat Rains and not let her get murdered. Alright, yeah. Just have at 'em, right? Guess I'm gonna have everybody target that unit. We'll hope the mortar can actually do some work here. And you guys all also just kind of run forward, meet them in the field. We could take advantage of our range here, I suppose. I should probably, if I'm going to be a smart guy, I should not do the thing I'm doing now. We should do the gun line instead. Alright, hold on. Let's play like I have half a brain. Half is right. I think half is correct. That's about how much it is. Make ourselves a little concave. And all of the melee units, I changed my mind. Don't do that thing. Just hang out behind everybody else. Because we have a massive range advantage here. There's absolutely no reason for me to go charging forward just because it sort of kind of worked against those Skaven. They do have Fireball. That's a real problem. I'm going to have my bats circle around the back here and try to eat that wizard. The deck droppers with the bombs will wait until the armies actually meet and then circle around behind, because they're extremely good at that. Apparently their archers are going to chase bat. Alright, well that's fine with me. I'll just run my bats all the way over here. You can come and get us. They're about to enter real fire range, and most of their army, a surprising amount of their army, is just screwing around in the backfield, chasing some bats. Oh yeah, guard mode. Nobody goes anywhere unless I say so. I go back and forth a lot on whether I want guard mode on all my troops by default. These bats are remarkably effective. Reload skill for everybody! They're shooting magic at me. Alright, is this the part where we run? Yeah, this is the part where the melee runs through. Alright. Go get them. We'll block shots mostly for the less powerful gunning troops, and then these guys will just rotate around once the battle is actually joined. their poor mage's fire spell ran the wrong direction. Those trying to line up here a little bit better. Those vortex spells that move around randomly. You can't really exert a lot of control over that. Aha! They stopped to fire, the fools! Okay. So now that they've pretty much committed, I'm going to have my deck droppers run over here. We're going to have the real handgunners, who are currently having a fight. You know what? Finish these guys off, and then we'll wrap you around. These gunners over here get to do their wrap around now. Let's do that. Where's my lord? Should probably start rolling invocations now. I'll just go straight up on one of their lords, one of their wizardy lords. You know, one of the ones who's bad at fighting. And the deck droppers. What do I want to do with you? It's a little dangerous to have the deck droppers run so close to their ranged, but also I really want to shoot their melee in the back. So, what choice do we have, I ask you? I do appreciate seeing the bombers throw projectiles over the line. That's a thing I hadn't really thought about that matters, is the fact that the bomber units don't need direct line of sight. More like that. You guys could shoot at these archers, I suppose. Good luck, bats. We'll miss you. Am I in on that sorceress? Okay. My poor deckhand mob is eating a lot of bombs, it seems like. Oh, really? You think you'll just rejoin the battle, huh? They seem to have changed their minds. Yeah, I don't know about the actual effectiveness of the deck droppers with the bombs, but man, they're fun to use, that's for sure. Actually, I was gonna have these guys run forward, but I don't know if that's a good idea. The enemy lord's dead. I'll just heal my monsters. Kind of seems like this is under control. I don't really need to commit any more forces to the bomb area. We created a nice little box there. A nice little box for dead elves. Alright, are we finally done with these guys? I've had enough. I've had enough of Harganeth. We're probably going to have to wipe them out entirely. My suspicion is they are not going to let us be. But I'd like to be done with them for now, at least. So we lost... we didn't actually even lose any of those deckhand mobs. Somehow that deckhand mob that was getting beaten up and having bombs thrown at it and crumble the entire battle managed to survive. They made it out. I don't know, maybe I'll keep the bats around.
These are mine. I'll see it burn.
Alright, so we got this back. Murdredessa. She was like, I really want my name to have murder in it, but I also don't want to sound like I'm trying too hard. How could we accomplish both those goals at the same time? I just don't know. And then she didn't really come up with a better idea. Okay, Miss Thar needs to get re-upgraded because we got to be able to put walls around it. You get the most important skill point. Some might say the only important skill point. Robert continues to gain levels, ridiculously enough. More melee defense? I could give him some armor. I don't really... I guess some armor is cool to have. He just doesn't need stuff. He has all the points. What if I needed him to assault an army? Now, let's take all the points of specialist so that he's even better at assassinations. And then we could grab Alicia with this army, but like I was saying, I wonder if it's better to just have her run for the south, because we're going to need help down south. Yeah, I'm just going to have her leave. I have full faith in Kat. She can handle this busted up Dark Elf garrison, and then just chill out here on the north side of the island. Wait for trouble. Alright. Robin Brown, what am I doing with you? It looks like I was planning to blue line, but we have Smuggler available, so we're going to take that real quick. Never have enough movement speed. Definitely need Ghost Fleet on you.
Good understudy.
Eve Hodgson has... Yeah, there's still blue stuff we could gain. I think having her run around in assault units mode is going to be better than having her be in combat so much, but I want to...
Moving.
So I want to keep focusing on that goal. There's another one over here. This is crazy. Plane of Spiders. What has been happening back here? Did we ever meet that that Tomb King faction? I want to know what their deal is. We did. The Exiles of Nehek. Yeah, okay. I hear you. They love my war with Nagarond. They hate a lot of other things that I've done. They don't particularly like that I'm at war with Clan Rictus. Even though they are at war with Clan Rictus? Wait a minute, what? Yeah, we have -1 for hero actions against Clan Rictus and -1 for war against a faction that they are also at war with.
I know many secrets. Very wise.
Okay. This guy may not be long for the world, but if he manages to make it out of his current predicament, we can maybe actually have some friendship with him.
Seen that.
I would love to be able to help, I just don't have any armies over here. Okay, so...
All bones on deck.
let's talk about this situation. Obviously, we need to pursue. Robin Brown's army's looking pretty strong right now. Let's get ourselves up to 20. These guys are torn up enough that we probably don't have to do anything else. We just pursue here. You may as well bring a bloated corpse to the battle. There's absolutely no reason not to.
I'll order it. Rajan, standing by.
Okay, there's a battle site marker. So the little battle we just fought got a marker, but that big, huge, hour-long one didn't. That's very disappointing. Aside from the mechanical stuff, I like the battle site markers as a way of commemorating where big, cool things happened, and it's a shame that we're not going to get to do that. So it looks like we may want to manually resolve this one just to avoid losing a bunch of troops to this balance of power bar, which is, I think, a little bit incorrect in its positioning. Magic resistance up for units of Sirens seems like a no-brainer, and then leadership on, I don't know, somebody.
Take the
We all kind of need it.
That's mine.
Alright. Let's make ourselves some money and then figure out how we want to spend some money. We still have Burke Black in the north, who is potentially going to have a battle this turn. I'm not sure if I'll have him attack that, oh, both armies up north are potentially having battles. These are long turns. In terms of minutes per actual unit of game time, we're really hitting a weird level here. The good news is that Ion Roxborough is extremely low on health, so we can probably kill him right at the beginning of the battle with just a little bit of gunfire, and then have that my lord was killed debuff on the Skaven the whole time. What is this map? This is horrible for us. They're all the way up there. Yeah, this is maybe the least friendly map I've ever seen for us. The good news is the mortars over here should be able to hit a lot of Skaven stuff without... No, not really. My hope was that we'd be able to hit a lot of Skaven stuff without exposing ourselves to any direct line of sight for their lightning cannons. And maybe that's actually exactly what I should do. Just chill here. They can come to us or not, and we can just wait for our reinforcements to come in. Because we have the range advantage. If they want to roll out that Warp Lightning stuff, they can, but they're going to have to like actually come over here. They definitely can't get a good clean Warp Lightning shot on us. Well, back there is probably out of mortar range. We'll see them doing it, though. We'll have time to react. I do wish that Tim Fenn could increase the effective range of these mortars a little bit. Oh, actually, I don't want the... Bloated Corpse is going to charge right away.
Shall fall.
And I guess we shouldn't have the deckhands all grouped up in the sirens, because if they figure out a good angle for their artillery, I want to limit its effectiveness somewhat. Alright, just go. You will be hidden for most of your approach. The mortars should be able to get something done. But can I can roll them forward a bit here, right? We can make this better. Hoping to compel them to come get us. They could see this as a good reason to just back up. I think that's a perfectly reasonable version of their play. Let's hope they don't see it. Let's hope they're not smart enough. Wait. No. Hold on, you. I don't know how I selected this mortar. What I was trying to select was that. I want to keep him running up. How are they responding to the mortar fire? Oh, they're doing something. They're moving around. Get our other bloated corpse up here as well. Okay. They are seeing this as a reason to advance. Pretty good for us. Now, firing a gun uphill, not ideal, certainly. Aha! This time, we're actually in position to deal with this quickly. This should be a pretty fast solution here. Although it looks like my units are going to give up immediately. Alright. Healing, and this gives a leadership bonus, doesn't it? No, it's just attack speed. Attack damage. Attack chance and speed. Where is that guy? There he is. I could just have him go after their warp lightning cannon. Hi, yeah. Alright, go to, man. Do it. And over here, you guys need to get back on your siege gear. Where are your actual mortars? There we go. Back on the mortars. Come on, get him. You just need to shoot at him a little bit. He has so little health. Alright, the sirens probably need to advance. In fact, all this stuff over here probably needs to advance. Reload speed, yeah, whatever. Just get it all going. You guys are now firing this way. Oh, you know what? My formation's a little deeper than it usually is, so it's going to take them a little bit longer to actually get through here. Let's see if we can get our Lord through here. I would love to get rid of these Deathglow Bombardiers. Oh. Okay, that was alright.
Fleet captain.
Their Lord is dead. Like, this should go down really quickly. We should back these rifles up a little bit. They're not gonna get any clean shots right now anyway. Oh, Tim Fed needs to return to the battlefield. He has chased off some clan rats, now he has other stuff to do. Come on, quickly. Gotta pull the sirens who are wounded out until we can get a good heck on them. Remove our miscast chance and heal up. Alright, you can fight right there. That's fine. Grab all these guys and have them like head over here instead. I mean, we should be done with this any moment now. There's like a single unit of theirs that isn't in retreat mode right now. Interesting. They're kind of retreating through us, which is weird. Well, sirens, pursue. Don't let them get away. It doesn't matter if they are in a position where they could eventually recover if we can actually chase them off the edge of the map. So I think the real problem right now is that they are currently not, their siege unit is not surrendered. So, I was gonna say, so actually the entire rest of the army go after those guys. Yeah, it's dangerous if you're a Skaven army to fight anywhere near the edge of the map, because your troops will break at the drop of a hat, and sometimes they will just run off the map. I gotta say that that bloated corpse against artillery move there was not as good as I was hoping it was going to be. I hoped it would, like, at least destroy a couple of the cannons or something. It's not easy to get a bloated corpse with their very slow movement speed and their complete lack of defenses to the artillery. So I was hoping that there would be a cool reward for doing so. But nope, it turns out we really do just need to detonate them on blobs of infantry, where they do really good work. Really, really good work.
Ours is the sea. There is only my woe.
As much as that's actually kind of a cool amount of replenishment, let's just take the treasury here. Did we get another sword of swift slaying from them? How many did they have? God, I can't wait until Tim Fenn is immortal. I'm trying to be so careful with him right now because he's so useful and he's close. He's right on the edge there. Alright, now we just gotta push, like, generally south, I think. The Temple of Kara is not a huge priority for me. We gotta take out some of their other stuff down here, and that'll move this army down toward Itza, which we do have to take. And then Silostra can come in and she can be responsible for some of this other... I don't know, man. Well, right now Luther Harkon's not at war with us, right? Actually, we can ignore him. Let's grab O'Bones McDonald. Have him move forward as far as he can while maintaining normal movement mode. This is the path that the game thinks will be most efficient. Because we probably need to make ship upgrades, right? Get him that, at least. How far away are we from... 3 more turns until we get our bountiful treasure infusion again? That's actually turned out to be really nice. If you're running a version of your campaign where you aren't having to run quite so many armies, I could see it not being that useful, but it has been really, really nice for us. We're just going to keep these two together. Alright, in this region. Not really anything cool. We'll just grab one of those. Alright, is O'Bones McDonald... Where's he going to be replenishment-wise? Okay, so the stuff he has in his army will be good. It's just he doesn't have a lot of stuff. But we could do a little local recruitment. Oh, right. He has sirens in his local recruitment pool. Oh, I need money. Well, hold on. We'll be right back. I have some people who are going to do some battling and get you some money. So Peggy here should have a pretty easy time putting down... Huh. Why do I have so little movement range? Like, it took some of my movement range for this turn out of the fact that I landed last turn, I guess? That's not usually how that works.
Not enough
Alright,
warp
these are pretty... What we can see here is pretty weak. I have no problem just moving all the way up on them. Although at this point, with their level of strength, they could actually threaten the settlement.
On the double. Prepare
Nope,
my
I'll just do this. How about that? How about that, rats? Now what? And... Burke Black... Burke Black can get into some trouble. I think he could probably take this settlement by himself, right? 1 unit of catapults, but mostly just like clan rats and gutter runners and stuff.
of the fleet.
Yes, we can do this.
Going. Attack the curs.
Ooh, who wants Frenzy? Let's give Frenzy to one of these units of Sirens. And then leadership to, I don't know, the lowest level animated Hulks, probably? So we have to be careful with these two because they're not quite level 20 yet, but this is how we get them there. They have a lot of slings and stuff. Approaching the walls is going to be a little awkward. But they're not actually any good at fighting. They have no units that are any good at melee combat. Do I want to take Burke off of his crab, maybe? I totally do.
Thumbs.
Hold on, let's do continue siege.
Strike now.
I'm going to hop in here and dismount him real quick.
Prepare body hooks.
Alright, let's do it.
More and infant.
So we can definitely take this place. It's just a matter of whether we can take it without losing a bunch of stuff. The balance of power bar has no faith in my abilities. So we don't have any reinforcements, which is a bad thing, obviously, in that it means we have fewer troops, but a good thing in that it means that we do not have to worry quite so much about where they're going to come in and if they're going to get shot to pieces by towers. So really, a lot of this is just about getting to the walls and getting up the walls. 22 is fine. This forward position offers us a pretty large break in the sides. I think we do just want to go dead center again. The Sirens and Burke right up front. The mortars also right up front, but they won't be stacked right on top of each other for long. Obviously, we want to keep the period of stacked right on top of each other to a minimum on account of the catapults. I don't think those catapults were very high level though, so I'm not too worried about them. Not too worried about them catching us as we're running in. I think they're going to have accuracy problems. Alright. You all are going to just run up, spread out. And I think these 5 units all just charge the gate at the same time. We have the mortars focus on dudes on the wall. Not a complicated idea there. We are going to endure some sling fire as we approach. That's going to be kind of annoying. But they don't really have magic damage. And the Haunters are tough. Some of their toughness comes from their regen, which doesn't work while they're not fighting, so that's kind of unfortunate. But somehow we will survive.
Yes.
Alright. Get up on that wall. Okay, a complete miss on the opening volley from the catapult is a pretty good thing for us. Okay, that's extremely not what you were told to do. I guess I want them to be as wide as possible to minimize catapult damage. Yeah, so I don't know why the mortars chose not to fire, but instead to run toward the enemy. And you have fallen for my trap, you fools! Okay, that should be resolved very quickly. Wow. Oh! I forgot about that. Skaven have an ability that lets them detonate a unit, and that's what you just saw happen there. That's why there was that sudden burst of damage. After it seemed that those rats were dead, they detonated the remaining rats. So we're actually going to lose a really high-level mortar unit here. Yeah, they're just going to fade away. They're not Unfortunately, probably not going to be recoverable. Okay, so I could have left a unit of... yeah, I could have left a unit of Sirens back here to try to minimize this, but if they're going to warp bomb their guys, there's nothing we can really do about that. Alright, well, that's a couple units of artillery lost. I have to factor that into my future siege plans. Why are you guys spreading out so much? Oh. Those gates are actually open. Okay, well. Monster unit, get in here. Kill everybody. I don't know what you're waiting for. Also, we can Spirit Leech their hero from up here on the wall. Once the Spirit Leech goes off, we can fire fireballs at their units from up here on the wall. Or can we? Nope, it went on cooldown, but it didn't actually spend a charge. Okay, now they're spawning their rats inside of my unit of monsters, which is going to work a lot less effectively for them. Alright. They completely gave up on holding the wall. Which means we get to commit these guys. Actually, you know what? Those units up there don't need any help. Let's handle these catapults. Alright, can I shoot a fireball at other people who are up on the wall with me, maybe? Yeah, alright, he just kind of shot it into the structure of the wall. Not exactly what I was hoping for. Have the gunners try to get inside. What are you guys doing? So apparently, sometimes my units are just not doing their orders for other reasons, I guess? Because those Sirens certainly... Alright, hold on. Those Sirens certainly did not lose sight of their foes at any point. But they just stopped in the hall here and decided to stop advancing. That's really annoying. Where's their lord? I'm gonna keep shooting Spirit Leeches at him. Alright, we got a lot of Skaven cowardice going on here, which is good for us. My ranged are completely ignoring their orders, as is usual. Hey guys, in here. In here. Stop trying to climb ladders, just go through the door. There's a door. It's super weird that they don't care about the door. Also, man, how many charges of that extra Skaven ability did they get? Because you do have limited charges. It's not a thing that's like that you can just do infinitely, but they are pretty clearly... Oh, that was like charge number 6, 7 maybe? Yeah, I really wish that there was a way. I guess there's no way to command your... Oh, hey. I see you there. Get leeched. Apparently there's no way to command your units to go inside the walls just by using the gates. They'll just use whatever method they decide they want to use. That's actually really inconvenient. It would be great if they would stick to the gate. Okay, we're finally getting this under control. One more time. There we go. We didn't get a notification that he died, so I think what happened there is just that I lost sight of him, but there's no way he survives that, right? He had no health left. No, I can't have lost sight of him because I wouldn't have sight of these guys. He did just disappear with no notification. Weird. Really would love it if somebody would just get in there and deal with those catapult crews. It's a little tedious to order units to do the right thing sometimes, because you have to keep telling them over and over again and changing their targets. And... Okay, he's actually stuck on him. He's at least standing still because there are units on him. I think my Haunters here should be more than a match for the foes that they have been put up against. Yeah, still just absolutely terrifying. Really upsetting units. The slingers will just run. There's no sense in targeting them right now. We can try to force them over to the edge of the map. And then once they're at the edge of the map, if they take a pulse of fear from anything, like actually making temporary contact with one of my units, and they break and run, they'll run immediately out of the battle. Yep, here's a real good example of that happening. You are resistant to the damage that you take from your own fear. At this point, whole army, just get over here. Draw a couple units of guns off for the Rat Ogres. Okay. There's a single unit of clan rats over here. How do I still have units? First of all, how do I still have units that are out there? Secondly, why are they just dying? There's literally nothing is happening to them over there. We are winning the battle as a whole, and they are not in any danger whatsoever. Leadership. Leadership for you, and then back up. This, honestly, on the whole, is very strange. I can say from having played Skaven that it is generally the case that Skaven will give up fighting at a moment's notice if literally anything happens. You guys will just be like, nope, I'm gone. But these Skaven are getting absolutely torn apart by units that cause fear and terror. And it's not affecting their leadership at all. Like, none of these guys should still be alive. None of them should even be on the map anymore. Also, it's not giving me control of the Victory Point Plaza because technically they have more bodies here than we do, I guess. But, like, it's pretty obvious that I am in control of this. Their units may not actually even be able to deal damage to us. Yeah, what a weird, like, extremely drawn-out ending to this battle that is, like, 100% very clearly over. There's still a unit of clan rats over here that never decided they wanted to engage in the battle. I don't know, that's strange. It seems like the AI kind of broke at some point in there. That should have been over a long time ago. Well, I'm hoping that there's not some kind of bug that just makes it impossible for the enemy to lose leadership, because that's certainly has been having a negative effect on our campaign if it exists. Alright, hopefully we make a lot of money off of this battle. That was a pretty developed settlement. Although, it seems like fighting Skaven is just not worth money in general.
This isn't the gods. It's mine.
Yeah, that was worth no money. So fighting Skaven is expensive, and it doesn't give you even a tiny portion of the rewards that it should. That's crappy.
Sea dog.
So I want to recruit some more stuff down here. Gonna pull a couple more sirens in for him. And then up here we have no money. We have no money for anything. So if Clan Rictus shows up, we're just in some trouble. Is what it is. Can't really do anything about it. Alright, let's
Not enough warp stuff.
we'll try to run the sequence of enemy turns here. I'm not going to start another battle at this point, but see if they do anything terrifying to us. I don't know why she's riding around so much. Okay, Silostra is on her way to handle this. This will not be a problem. I don't know why that High Elf agent is riding around so much. You can just secure influence against the same settlement over and over again. It works fine. She doesn't need to be moving that much. The Harganeth is probably temporarily pretty weakened. It might actually be a good idea for us to see if we can get them to agree to a peace treaty. Just so that we maybe will not have to worry about them for a second while we finish off Clan Rictus, who absolutely must die. We cannot conquer north of Clan Rictus, because they'll just turn on us the moment they think they see an opportunity. Somehow, Skrulk has yet another full stack over here. Man, I've almost at this point forgotten what it's like to be able to devote your full military to a single conflict. Wouldn't that be lovely at this point? So Silostra is going to kill Alariel in the ocean. Well, probably on land. She probably won't get there fast enough to do it in the ocean. And then we'll sail down, we'll finally burn the Star Tower, and then we'll probably just leave that like it is and have Silostra... I don't know what the best plan for her is. We could have her come back up here and try to meet up with the rest of our force and lead the campaign herself, or we could have O'Bones MacDonald and Robin do this... Oh wait, O'Bones... Is this Robin down? I can't remember. You know, the other one, the other person. And we could have Silostra just cut along the bottom, because we know there's a bunch of Skaven settlements down here. And that way, they wouldn't be able to devote their full force to any particular battle. And I'm hoping that we could overload their brains organizationally. Come on, Bretonia. You know you want to participate. There's fun stuff going on out here. Yeah, that's it. What if we made friends with the Bretonians? I mean, we are Bretonian. Silostra is Bretonian. She was very well respected during the, part where she was alive. This is going to be our life for the next little while. Just non-stop barrages of Dark Elves. This is why I didn't want to try to hold any territory up here. Okay, the Knights of Origo have gone to war with people that we don't really care for. Maybe we should see if they would like a little bit of a treaty. The game is just so much easier when you have any friends at all, anywhere, ever. Is Nergalast going to go for this? Okay, he sieged, but he did not attack. Well, obviously, it will be pretty easy for us to dislodge him there. Oh, we got our Master Gunner. I'm going to have to figure out where we want to put him. Let's do that right now, because I will forget otherwise. I mean... Honestly, Peggy Rains' army seems like a really good place to put it, because she is way heavy on rifles. Okay, and this is where we'll pick it up next time. We will dislodge these attackers. We managed to generate quite a bit of public order by letting malcontents leave for the Skaven Rebellion, so hopefully that'll keep Karen Carr under control a little bit. Nobody attacked over here, so we have some time to rebuild the garrison. It's nice that we get to keep their garrison building just at a slightly lower level. Over here, we have to retake Elysia and then prepare to receive Morgan of Nagarond. Down here, we have Silostra charging forward to yet another battle with Alariel. She has got to learn at some point, wouldn't you think? Look at this. We took her sword and she's so upset she's never even picked up another weapon. That seems like a coding oversight. And then, down here in this theater, we have problems still. Stretch the Rat Man is guiding another huge force of unstoppable rats toward us, and we're going to be wading through Skaven for episodes. On the whole, though, I'm still having a good time. This is morphed into a very different thing than I thought the third phase of our campaign was going to be. So that's going to be it for us for today. Thank you all so much for watching. Come back next time for Skaven and Dark Elves, and then the time after that for Skaven and Dark Elves, and probably the time after that for some more Skaven and Dark Elves. But look forward to the glorious future, where we have killed everyone who lives in the western half of the world. It's coming, and we'll see you then.